Good afternoon, dear Director Teodosio Tankara. Thank you for my tutor, Franz Quiroga. Licenciado Serapio will continue this exposition about the perception of artificial intelligence use for language learning among students of linguistics of language at UPEA. Okay. Now, the artificial intelligence has gained relevance in education worldwide. It's so important to describe about it. Why? Why is the question? No? Because if you use our cell phone, with you, we have our WhatsApp. WhatsApp, Meta, we have an application about intelligence artificial. No? The intelligence artificial is part of our life. It's so important and we using at the education. No? According to UNESCO, artificial intelligence enables personal and adaptive at learning because there are different platforms, example is ChatGPT and other, using artificial intelligence for give more solution in quotidian life. This is so important to the description about it. No? What we need with this Tesina, no? This is a study analysis how students perceive the use of artificial intelligence for language learning, linguistics, and language repair. No? For that study, I described one classroom, 10th semester. No, okay. About artificial intelligence, Bolivia shows limited for development in artificial intelligence compared with other Latin American countries. This is a problem. No, this is a problem because don't have one university planning about artificial intelligence. Always we review, a course. There are a course for speaking, for learning, for speaking and language, for write advances, probably yes. But it's not using in the class, part of the using example in the class for listening, for grammar and all. No? Despite global advances, legal empirical research exists on artificial intelligence, language learning, within Bolivian higher education. This is a first problem about it. Okay? About my study, the objective general is describe the perception about artificial intelligence used for language learning among 10th semester students, parallel section B of the linguistic and language program at the University Pública del Alto during the first semester of 2024. Specific objective to explore how students use artificial intelligence tools to complete academic assignment at the university level, to identify and classify the main application of artificial intelligence used for language learning among students, to access how students apply artificial intelligence tools to improve their language acquisition process. Now about the justifications, we have three numbers, no? Social relevance, and academic relevance and methodical relevance. No? We, with this information or with this Tesina, we review the AIS give supports equitative access to language learning, is the principal, and academic relevance contribute to applied linguistic research in Bolivia, and relevance and methodological relevance provide quantitative data for future students. Future studies. Now, for description about the theoretical frameworks, we need to review a little about the history about the artificial intelligence. For that, in my Tesina, I speak about the one movie. It's called the imitation game. In Spanish, we say enigma. We say in Spanish enigma. What is the movie? The movie describes about how start the artificial intelligence with Alan Turing. Alan Turing described about a program, the process it generates a codex. With that, we have access at the first constitution about the artificial intelligence. This is the first reason in history about the artificial intelligence. Now, second, what's the rule about the artificial intelligence? Artificial intelligence is defined as a system, capable of simulation human intelligence. This is the principle we say about the artificial intelligence. There are different tests for determining for examination about is artificial intelligence or is not artificial intelligence. The first reason. For that, using example the tests. One test identified, it say, if you want human ask the question, and the human don't understand is human or not human. What is the first reason for identifying this is artificial intelligence? Because generate a simulation, human simulation. This is the first reason. Other UNESCO highlights its role is adaptive and personalization in education. The second reason is the principle is using in education we can use the different forms. One teacher using, example we have 40 students and using artificial intelligence for case, for one student, for second student, for third student, using. This is so important because one student using or one teacher using for every student is so important. Artificial intelligence complements rather than replace traditional teaching. So important to describe. Artificial intelligence never replaces the education. It's so important the presence with a teacher, but with a teacher using in the class. This is the first say in the theoretical. Okay, other forms using about the artificial intelligence is support translation, writing, pronunciation, and feedback. I think so it's important using for that because helping. Example in the writing we can use for writing suggestions. Example using linking words. Or we change other word for other word. We can help in the writing. In the pronunciations, there are applications using for help in the pronunciation, yes. But other principle using for learning English language learning is the feedback. The feedback is so important because if you take a similar case about the teacher with the students, we can know that the feedback helping at the teacher. We can using for help with learning with the students. According to Ocaña Fernandez, artificial intelligence means autonomous learning. This is so important. Students interact with artificial intelligence beyond classroom limitation. There are one problem. There are limitations in the classroom. But artificial intelligence is as assistance. This is, I think, so important in this part. Okay, we continue with methodology. We know there are two forms or three forms. There are other authors speaking about the paradigm. Positivist. This is the first form for identify the study the reality. This study is positivism. August Comte brought about the positivism. Teoría positiva is called in Spanish. I remember. He wrote about using the one method for study the reality. How we can study the reality using the quantitative forms. We need to review the reality and we need using the quantitative forms. Similar with other science. Other science using quantitative forms medical science using quantitative forms, and match or fish using quantitative forms. No? August Comte described about the study about the reality. We need to use a quantitative method. This is the part of the approach. About the scope, there are 4 forms to this using. This study is descriptive. No? There are exploring. The first form, second is descriptive. No? Hernandez said this descriptive is used for quantitative study. No, but there are other forms, qualitative maybe probably we can use, but for this study we use a descriptive study. No, in design is cross-sectional. No, don't using long time. We use a cross-sectional. About the population and samples, we describe in 10 semesters the linguistic and language students. In sampling, this study is not probabilistic, no, expert section. In this part of sampling, there are 2 forms for working in the part probabilistics or not probabilistic. You know, if you're using probabilistics, using population with sample with numbers, no, identify sample, time sample, no. But this study is using expert selection, no. This rule is used in quantitative form because there are 4 forms for select in this case, but for that using our tools for that is expert selection, no. For that the instrument used a survey questionnaire validated with Cronbach alpha de Cronbach, no, is used with this percent, no. With alpha de Cronbach it was received validations. Now results about the use of artificial intelligence. How thinking, how using the students. No? This is the using. With this study we described 95% of students are familiar with artificial intelligence. No? In his life, the student listening about the artificial intelligence. It's near at all population. It's near, no? Second, artificial intelligence is frequently used for translation and academic writing. Okay. What we say about it, no? The student is using for translation, no? Google using this format artificial intelligence for translation, no? Only we need use to cell phone, take a photo, after we can access for translation in Spanish language and other languages, no? It's used, it's so frequent used in students the 10th semester. Okay, other review, we can understand that the students perceive artificial intelligence as a practical learning support tool. No, it's use it for practice. The students say, I can using this artificial intelligence for learning. No, we can use for study different languages. No, there are this is a perception. This study we can describe the relevation information. No, artificial intelligence platform that you use in your daily life. No, we know what's the principal artificial intelligence using the students in 10 semesters. The first is 26% ChatGPT. No, it's used more. No, on with Copilot. Other 51% ChatGPT, Jasper, Deep AI, Perfecta. No, is so used. No, we have 10% Deep AI, not tool. Other Duolingo. No, but Duolingo identifies they have a perception using artificial intelligence too. Another population, no, don't respond, no, about this question. Now, What we need to understand with that story, no? The students now using the artificial intelligence for academic forms. No? I wrote an article about using artificial intelligence. No, I wrote about it, and we don't know what's the ethic using. This is the first problem. No, how is valid or not? How is true or is false using if you using artificial intelligence? This is the big problem. No, how in the university we can using the artificial intelligence, or how we can use it, because the first problem, the artificial intelligence, there are false information. This is the first problem. No, don't use 20% information give us is not true, it's false, or artificial intelligence invented. No, invented. And the student what make with it? Oh, this is true. Okay, I'm using artificial intelligence for my for my essay, for my article, or all. This is the first problem. The students, we need to know who is the limitator if you using artificial intelligence. This is the first problem. No. What the conclusions? I support language learning when needed pedagogical. No, how we can use it. This is so important. The teacher help us, because the student probably don't identify it's true or it's not true. This is the first question. No, students recognize both benefits and limitations. It's so important identify. Other question is responsibility integration of artificial intelligence is necessary in higher education. It's so important, no? Because we don't know what problem generate in the future, no? For next year, in 10 years. What's the problem? We need to use responsible education, no? About the artificial intelligence. This is a first question we need to identify, no? We don't say with that, no, artificial intelligence is bad. No. We say artificial intelligence represents an opportunity for linguistic education at UPE. No, it's so important. It's one option for better education, for more access, no, more access at more books, more summary, and others. Probably in the future, research should include broader samples and quantitative analysis in the future about the more uses about the artificial intelligence, probably using other studies describing, particularly using about this artificial intelligence, or we say other artificial intelligence, probably, no? Balanced use of artificial intelligence strengthens language learning the process. It's so important identify, no? This is my exposition about the artificial intelligence. Thank you so much for your attention.
Okay, thank you very much for your exposition. Now we are going to go to the questions. Please, let's start with the virtual here. Professor or Dr. Gilda, are you there, please? You can ask your questions, Professor Gilda.
Good afternoon to everybody. I would like to ask you, you mentioned that there are some classroom limitations that artificial intelligence goes beyond. Can you mention some of the classroom limitations?
Okay. About what's the first limitation we have about the using artificial intelligence? This is the first question, no? Or how we can, as a teachers, identify, one book is using artificial intelligence. What's the first limitation? First limitation is the false information. No, this is the first.
Hold on. I am asking you, what are the class solve.
Okay. Limitations about the classroom. I principal identificate limitation is don't identify the limitations if I using artificial intelligence. No, this is the first question. How I can identify? This is the first principal problem in the students. No, only using, no, after printing and send at the teacher. No, this is the first problem in the classroom. No? In the classroom, but as a teacher, how we can helping the artificial intelligence? How we can helping? This is the principal reason we need to exploring other forms. We need to exploring other forms for generating students. No, we need generate in this case example using for learning. Not only using and presentation. No, I think this is the first problem in education. Maybe probably in other studies, we exploring more in the detail. No, these cases. No, because of the study, only we have a first access. No, first access only at the identify what using in the artificial intelligence.
Is that enough, Professor?
Okay, what I asking is what are the problems in classroom communication? For example, you can make probably some of the students are very, for example, they cannot, or they learn very fast, and the others they learn probably in their pace. So probably artificial intelligence will help in that way. These are some classroom problems probably. Another could be, for example, in the case of the feedback, with artificial intelligence, a student receives a feedback very fast, whereas the teacher is going to probably correct the homework, and later on the student is going to know their mistakes. Okay, so that's all.
Okay, thank you. Let's continue with Professor Silvia. Do you have questions?
Buenas tardes, estimada directora. Buenas tardes a los tribunales. La pregunta es la siguiente. Noté que gran parte de tu trabajo mencionas que hacen uso de ChatGPT. No hay un uso específico de otras herramientas en tu opinión como lingüista. ¿Crees que las herramientas de uso general terminarían reemplazando a aplicaciones diseñadas exclusivamente para entender idiomas?
Bien. Son múltiples probabilidades, ¿no? Para poder ver esta cuestión, si algún momento va a tocar un limbo, ¿no? Han existido estudios que han visto si realmente este software hace uso realmente de la inteligencia artificial, ¿no? Y hablar de eso es realmente un poco complejo, ¿no? Poder decir si ChatGPT, por ejemplo, está haciendo realmente uso de ese concepto de inteligencia artificial. Esto representa una limitación. ¿Por qué? Porque dice que la inteligencia artificial tiene que asemejarse al pensamiento humano, ¿no? Pero si revisamos lo que está generando la inteligencia artificial, hablando específicamente de ChatGPT, vemos que pues es muy mecánico lo que está haciendo. Está cumpliendo normas estrictas, pero no está dando esa libertad, digamos, de poder asemejarse a ese pensamiento humano. Entonces, posiblemente, o sea, esto es una hipótesis muy personal, ¿no es cierto? Es una hipótesis muy personal de que tal vez no llegue a ese umbral, ¿no? Hay un umbral que tiene que pasar para ser identificado. Pero sí, estamos teniendo acceso a información, digamos, que permite, por ejemplo, sistematizar documentos, revisar ortografía, todo aquello. Está permitiendo acceso, ¿no? Te permite todo aquello. Sí, pero tal vez ese umbral no se logre a cabalidad, ¿no? Porque yo pienso que la distinción entre lo humano y la inteligencia artificial va a haber siempre una pequeña brecha, ¿no? Una pequeña brecha. Y esa pequeña brecha es pues lo que tenemos nosotros, ¿no? De esa cuestión, llamémoslo así, espontánea de la vida, de creer en algo, ¿no? De creer en Dios o no creer, digamos, ¿no? Está ahí, o el sentimiento, ¿no? Lo que llamamos feeling, ¿no? El sentir. Esas cuestiones son las que van a distanciar, pero como una buena herramienta para el aprendizaje, en este caso está presente, ¿no? Está presente ya en usos de redacción, en retroalimentación de estudios, en este caso de revisión de documentos y otros, va a estar, digamos, ahí presente, pero pienso yo que todavía no vamos a llegar a ese umbral de reemplazar, ¿no? Lo que el ser humano puede generar. Esa sería mi respuesta.
Muchas gracias. Professor Gisbert.
Okay, good afternoon everybody, good afternoon dear colleagues, dear students. Well, my question is, according to your own experience, please tell us in what ways, in this case, does the use of artificial intelligence promote learner autonomy and motivation?
About the learning with motivations, the students how using the artificial intelligence, no? How using? I think now is using will have a difficult, no? I think using YouTube, no? Probably will have a problem. Probably YouTube don't have information if a student need, no? Probably it's a class in general, no? Kind. But when a student using identify one topic particular, no? Using, example, using, I need to travel at, I wrote recently, no? How I can go at Tarija, no? How I can go. Artificial intelligence said me, okay, you need to go to the place, the cost, that this is the first question, no? Entonces, identify a using. Now, in education, I think the principal situation for motivation, I think is how artificial intelligence using and motivates. I think principal situation is the hobbies, example, helping so good, no? If identify what's your jobs, your hobby, okay, no, I love it, these songs. Okay, I have one motivation. If I use artificial intelligence, I receive motivation for the style, for the sky, and we can use it. I think this is the first form for identification, no? Artificial intelligence always said, you know, you can, if you more suggestions, always said you, but probably this case is more motivating when we have a more conversation. No, ChatGPT now we have access as a calling, no? We can it's as calling with a friend, no? We can call him, say, and maybe probably we have more motivation, more access at the information. I think in education, similar case, we can use it. Now we can use it for motivate other students.